Hey, welcome everyone. Good evening. Glad you could join me tonight. What is up, y'all? Give a second, let the people get in here. See, we got a couple people over there on Rumble. We've got, let's see if we got anybody on the YouTube yet. They'll fall in. Thanks for joining tonight on this night. Midnight Americano. It is now technically November 15th on the East Coast. Glad you could join me. Cheers to you. We got a good show today. I got some jokes. I got a top 12 list. I got a number of things to get to today. A number of stories that are pretty interesting to talk about. So I hope you stick around for that. But yeah, we're filing in. Apothecary John always checking in right at the beginning with the emojis. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Yeah, look at this. Right off the bat. Just started. Boom. Got some chat. Now, did I not set the chat right? Was that yesterday's chat? There we go. Okay. Well, we got a little chat. Thanks to everybody for checking in. What's up, people on the YouTube? People on the Rumble. I just tweeted out the link on Rumble. So if you're on X, do me a favor, share the link. Maybe we can get a couple more people in here. But yeah, I was running back here really quick. Getting here a couple minutes to set up. Like, did I remember everything? Well, I got a checklist. So I just rolled through everything. I got everything set. So we should be all right. Do me a favor. If you are watching live, hit the like button. Let me know that you are a real live human being, not an AI bot. Because AI bots don't like the show for whatever reason. They never give me a thumbs up. So that's how I can tell. But yeah, I was out at a Bitcoin meetup tonight. It was a pretty interesting topic that was discussed. It's such a good topic. I'd love to share it, but you know, this is one of those topics that probably gets you in trouble, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah, one of those topics that you should probably keep to yourself. But no, they were talking about spending Bitcoin, non-KYC, which is a know your customer. So if you have some Bitcoin that the government doesn't know about, how can you spend it at your local business without being tracked? So that was a real interesting talk, and I got a guideline on how to do that. So I like that. That was pretty good. But I imagine if you do talks like that online, probably get on one more list than I'm already on. So yeah. So there we go. But yeah, I'll get to a couple jokes I wrote about the news today. I got a top 12 list. Today is actually National Pickle Day. National Pickle Day, of all things. And, you know, I live here in Portland. And you may not know this, but the local team, the local baseball team, is the Portland Pickles. Oh, yeah. So here's Dillian. Get it? Dylan. The pickle is the mascot. Has a hilarious social media account. Gets into trouble sometimes. Kind of pushes the boundaries of what is acceptable in 2023, which is what you want in a social media account for a giant pickle. You know, you want them pushing things a little bit. Oh, how about that? Look at this. Darby Allen stopped by to see the Pickles. That's pretty cool. Oh, I got to log in. Oh, well. So, yeah, they are the local minor league team. They're actually like a wood bat league, which I think is like a step below AAA. I don't exactly know how it works. But it's really fun. They're out at near Lentz Park. And which has been a troublesome neighborhood. They're trying to turn it around. But, you know, they do have a cool baseball team. And the Portland Pickles, that's a pretty cool name. You know, if you're going to have a little local sports team, it should have a really stupid name. And in this case, the Portland Pickles, I'm all for it. I'm all in on it. So anyway, that's pretty fun. But yeah, I guess let's get to the jokes of the day, shall we? We probably got enough people in here now. All right. Got enough people watching, so I guess we can get started. Got a couple people on YouTube. No one's in the chat yet, but that's okay. You're like me. I just lurk. So anyway, let's talk about the stories of the day real quick, shall we? Yeah, so oh man, did you hear the journalists covering the Apex Summit in San Francisco got a taste of the city's special welcome package? They were robbed at gunpoint while filming outside a famous bookstore. It's like someone took the term breaking news a bit too literally. Oh, I need my drum set. What am I doing? There we go. Oh, I need to punctuate these jokes. Half jokes, whatever you want to call them. So China's hosting this summit where CEOs from big American companies will meet Xi Jinping. It's like a high-stakes dinner party where the guests are desperately trying to impress the host while quietly checking for the exit doors for trade loopholes. Yeah, I didn't think trade loopholes would be quite the punchline. AI is reviving Edith Piaf's voice and image in a new biopic, Edith. I guess we're living in an era where even ghosts get a reboot. Well, next, they'll have a hologram concert with Piaf singing La Vie en Rose alongside Elvis. I'd watch that. Did you hear about the tech millionaire funding Marxist movements? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like watching someone at a buffet advocating for fasting. Let's redistribute all this food, but let's make sure my plate stays full. It's the Marxism for thee, but not for me. It's probably more truth than it is funny. So the CIA chief is heading to Ukraine. I guess that's what they mean by taking your work home with you. Honey, I'm off to the CIA's latest renovation project. I mean Ukraine. Yeah, so you ever notice how some folks push for gun control while being surrounded by armed security? Yeah. Well, Secret Service opened fire to stop a break-in at Naomi Biden's Georgetown home. Yeah, keep preaching, Joe. But you sound like a vegan who owns a steakhouse. A vegan who owns a steakhouse. Erie Fairy says, I actually drank coffee while reading so I would stay awake. It worked. Just finished another book and made it here. Well, I'm glad that you were here. You're joining us for the back half dozen jokes. Brad Pitt, you know him. He has a new girlfriend, Ines de Ramon, and she's a 33-year-old jewelry designer. It's a good fit because, as Brad has a history of finding gems. Nice pun, Tom. Okay. You know, folks, we've always dreamed of space travel, going where no man has gone before, but now a Dutch company is getting ready to take it to a whole new level. Yeah, they're planning to have babies in space. Really? I mean, that's ambitious, sure. Sex in space sounds pretty wild, but morning sickness in 0G? That's a hard pass. And an architect in Indonesia built what's being called the world's skinniest hotel at just 9 feet wide. But skinniest hotel? I hope the guests aren't hungry, because the only minibar holds a shot glass and Tic Tacs. Because it's small. All right, rapper Andre 3000 is finally dropping his solo album, New Blue Sun. And it's not what you'd expect. It's an instrumental album centered around woodwinds. Yeah, that's right. It's a flute album. The wind blew him right out of the rap game. His first song is 12 minutes long, and it's titled, I Swear I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. That's not a joke. That's the actual title of the song. A flute album. Flute album's a joke, but this isn't a joke. Okay, next. Yeah. Did you hear about the legal battle trying to get Trump off the ballot in Michigan using the 14th Amendment? Yeah, apparently they tried to use the old insurrectionist ban to remove him, but the judge said, nope, we're not taking Trump off the ballot. If you're unhappy, take it up with Congress. So basically the judge sent them to the politicians and washed his hands clean. It's like when you bring a toy back to the store and they say, sorry, kid, got to talk to Santa about that one. And lastly, did you hear about Leonardo DiCaprio? Oh yeah, had his big birthday bash. Well, anyway, turned out he tried his hand at rapping. Yeah, apparently, Leo decided to drop bars at his birthday bash. Now, I get it. We all have our moments where we think we're cooler than we actually are, but after watching the video, let's just say if he's looking for a new career path, it's probably best to stick with acting. Watching Leo rap is like watching your dad try to break dance at a family reunion. But who are we kidding? It's Leonardo DiCaprio. Everything he does is cool. All right. So that's the news of the day. You haven't checked any news? Not a whole lot of news happening today. Not a whole lot of happy news. I can't really make jokes about people being slaughtered and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. No, it's not funny at all. So we're not going to deal with that. But right off the bat, I guess, man, we don't have a whole lot of people in chat. What is up with that? No people in chat. Did I somehow mess this up? Just going to double check. I'm going to reload the chat. Make sure. Nope. No, the chat really is as dead as it looks. That happens sometimes. So, boom. Dead. Dead chat, but maybe we'll pick up. Anyway, a couple things I can get to talk about today. Oh, should I do that? No. I guess right off the bat, I can share this with you. All right. We can see the crowd is growing slightly. What's up, y'all? Let me show you this. I saw this today. This looked a little interesting. This is the, let's see if I can pull it down here. Thanksgiving Guest Etiquette 101. Okay? And this just struck me as, I guess we need to teach people these things. But these are the guidelines that CNN came up with. State the obvious. Hosting Thanksgiving is tough. When it comes for you show up at your neighbor's, friends, or distant cousin's Thanksgiving party, it's a good time to reevaluate what it means to be a guest in someone's home. And it's post-pandemic, so we're all weird now, right? We're all weird. So here's some guidelines if you're going to go to Thanksgiving at someone else's house. I am going to my niece's house. She was married earlier this year. So her and her husband are hosting a Thanksgiving dinner. Chad is not dead. Nice. I'm glad to see you, Hairway to Steven. Nice. Always talk about politics and religion, LOL. Yeah, that's what you need to do at your Thanksgiving dinner. You know, I think it would be fun if I showed up and just put on my Make America Great Again hat. Don't have one, but it'd be pretty funny to wear that to a Thanksgiving dinner. Did I tell you I live in Portland? Yeah, probably would not be well received. Lurk life. What's up, Tobias? Nice to see you, bro. So here's CNN's guide for going to a Thanksgiving. Bring something even if your host insists it's not necessary. So you want to bring something. Bring something. That's easy enough. Make one dish to feed them all. Okay? So these days, people aren't shy about what they won't eat. Some are gluten-free, others vegan. And yes, those people will be at the party I'm going to. 100%. And even more specific preferences you might not even readily expect. As a guest, it's a good idea. Make a dish that anyone can eat. Okay, you're safe with virtually any vegetable like green beans, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, sweet potatoes. Cut them small. Roast to 400 degrees Fahrenheit until caramelized and tender. Toss in a fresh vinaigrette made with olive oil, vinegar, minced shallots, and herbs. This dish is vegan, carb-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, not spicy, not fatty, not gas-inducing, and totally tasty enough for the meat eaters. You'll receive praise from everyone who's been dying for a fresh vegetable at Thanksgiving since green bean casserole took charge of the buffet. So I agree with that. I haven't figured out what I'm going to take. One thing I don't know, I might... What's kind of fun is I have a set of tiki mugs, right? Like a dozen tiki mugs. And what's always fun to go to a party is you just take some take a couple bottles of booze that you can mix up some tiki drinks. I always like a blue Hawaiian. If you have blue curacao, take a couple bottles of booze, make up a bunch of blue Hawaiians for everyone. It's pretty easy. You put them in fancy mugs. People love that. They can walk around at the end. You just collect the mugs, rinse them out real quick, go home. That's an easy thing to take. But yeah, just take some veggies for everybody. Turn your dish into twice the gift. Toting food in a disposable foil container is a thoughtful way to ensure that your Thanksgiving offering doesn't also mean cleanup for your host. Okay. Go to the dollar store. Here it's the Dollar Tree, although technically it's $1.25. It's $1.25 here. But, and you can buy yourself like a aluminum vessel, if you will, to take your food, and that way you don't have to worry about them breaking anything. You don't have to worry about cleanup. You just take it there and you throw it in the trash and you don't recycle, and, you know, that's how you go. Number 3, don't cancel at the last minute. Yeah, don't do that. Break the ice. If you know your host well, offer to come early, help greet other guests. You can entertain them while the host is scrambling in the kitchen. It's not going to happen at the one I'm going to. My niece doesn't cook. Come on. Trying to get 9 dishes on the table at once. So that's something you can do. Number 6, help clean up. That's always easy thing to do. Go out with a good impression. As any host knows, the worst part of entertaining is the cleanup after a big Thanksgiving meal. Dirty dish pile is especially gargantuan. Many hosts like me prefer to do the dishes, but at Thanksgiving, extra help is welcome. You know, another thing is that's a way to get out of talking to someone you don't want to talk to. You're just going to go, oh, excuse me, I'm going to go do a little wash-up. Get you out of any awkward conversation. Thank your host. This should not have to be explained, but I don't know. I guess people haven't raised people correctly. You're supposed to thank people and do so in a way that they remember that you thanked them. It really is the least you can do. I mean, technically, the least you can do is don't say anything. But, come on. It's a really easy thing to do. And don't do it while they're busy, because they might not remember that you thanked them, and then they might hold that against you. So when you get them alone, look them in the eye, say, oh man, I really appreciate you putting this together. I think everyone had a really good time, and I appreciate you for doing this. So those are that's a little guideline from CNN on things to do for your Thanksgiving. Lurk life is what Tobias is here has said. You know, I am going to do something very soon in the Rumble chat. I'm going to have some specialized emojis, and we're going to have a game where you can only use the emojis, the special emojis, on Rumble. So if you're watching on YouTube, you know, why don't you have the Rumble app yet? Just have it. You don't have to necessarily watch it there. But, you know, get yourself the app if you watch on the phone. Because I'm going to put in some custom emojis over on the Rumble site, and we can do an interactive game. First, I have to invent it and create it, but, you know, that shouldn't take me too long. So we'll get there. Yeah. But today is National Pickle Day. National Pickle Day. And I did tweet out that it was National Pickle Day. I even shouted out Pickles Baseball, because I mentioned them at the beginning, thinking that, I don't know, perhaps I could get a retweet from Dylan Pickle, maybe, or whoever runs their social media account. But it is National Pickle Day. But because it is National Pickle Day, it got me thinking about, you know, unusual uses for pickles. Oh, what a segue, Tom. What a segue. Are you turning this into your top 12 list? Well, yes. Yes, I am. That's right, folks. We got a top 12 unusual uses for pickles. Top 12 unusual uses for pickles. Now, eventually I will have a little drum roll. But until then, you can just be creative and imagine a drum roll. But these are the top 12 unusual uses for pickles. Because today is National Pickle Day. Number 12, pickle-infused bath bombs. Yeah, Number 11, pickle meteorology, forecasting weather patterns based on jar condensation. Shout out to the show earlier today. Number 10, pickle sculptures, crafting Michelangelo's Sistine pickle one slice at a time. Number 9, exploring the depths of dill in verse and rhyme. Yeah. Number 8, pickle-powered phone chargers, because the new USB-C is brine. Is brine. Number 7, pickle fortune cookies. Enigmatic pickle prophecies inside crispy shells. We all love that. Top 12, unusual uses for pickles. Number 6, scented candles. Your room will never smell more dill-iteful. More dill-iteful. Number 5, pickle chess set. Pawns as gherkins and the king and queens as giant dills. Number 4, strutting the catwalk draped in pickle couture. Bet you didn't think you'd hear that phrase when you tuned in today. Unusual uses for pickles. Number 3, pickle-flavored lip balm. Yeah. Number 2, pickle plushies. Soft, cuddly, and perfectly sour, huggable companions. And the number 1 unusual use for pickles. Pickleball with pickle balls. Oh yeah, what's up, y'all? Okay, here we go. I'm surprised people aren't registering other family members to vote on Thanksgiving. It's probably a good idea. I have done, to be clear, I don't really think anything matters. I live in Oregon. We know the Democrats going to win Oregon. That's just what it is. Doesn't matter. But I have signed up to do some stuff with RFK's campaign. Doesn't mean that I necessarily agree with everything that he says. But he's a disruptor. And I like people that mess the system up. I enjoyed Trump messing things up, and boy, I tell you, things could really get messed up with RFK Jr. So I am into that. What is pickleball, Erie Fairy? Pickleball is the greatest sport that is the latest fad in America. It is a cross between ping pong and tennis. You got a giant plastic ball, and you got a paddle. Traditionally, it's a wooden paddle, but I actually have a carbon fiber pickleball paddle because I'm fancy like that. Don't get too excited. I ordered it off of some cheap site in China. It wasn't that much, but it's kind of like tennis. It's a smaller court. It's smaller than tennis, and you play with like a big wiffle ball. It's very popular in the retirement community because one thing is the ball doesn't go flying very fast. One thing that's tough about it for me is I want to be able to smash that ball like and really not hurt somebody on the other side, but I just want to smash it. But it's a wiffle ball, so it has holes in it, and because of, physics, it slows down, so it doesn't even hurt. Like no matter how hard you hit it at somebody, it will slow down and it's not going to hurt them much. So that's kind of a drag. But anyway, it's a great sport. You can play it until you're dead. You know, as long as you can kind of move a little bit, you can play it. It's, I would say, maybe closer to ping pong than tennis. It's not, but you get to move around a little bit, especially if you play doubles. You know, you're not really running much, but you are getting some exercise in. It's a lot of fun. So, and it's nice and social. You know, I have been playing pickleball Monday nights. And unfortunately, the place I played, they changed the time. It used to go from 6 to 8, but now they moved it from 7 to 9, and I start this stream at 9, and it's a good 40 minutes away from where I'm at. So that makes it kind of tough for me. I can't stay for the whole thing, but that's pickleball. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. One thing that I've brought up a number of times on my noon show is the idea that companies come up with kind of fake news, and they come up with fake jobs that will get them lots of free media attention. And, you know, good for them. Because journalists are lazy, and it's a lot easier just to rewrite a press release than it is to do like actual journalism, right? So I want to give you an example of one of these that I saw, and I thought this was kind of cool. So here we go. This is Chief of Cheer. This company will pay you $2,500 to watch 25 holiday movies in 25 days. This was published the 13th. So this was published yesterday at USA Today by MA016. Now, I'm just going to guess that she's a lazy journalist. I don't know her. I don't know her other work, but I'm guessing. Lazy journalist, just rewriting a press release. That's what she does. But here's the offer. Who said watching holiday movies couldn't be a real job? Our company, one company, is willing to pay you to watch 25 movies in 25 days. CableTV.com is looking to hire someone to fill their Chief of Cheer position, a dream job that pays you $2,500 and a 1-year membership to a handful of streaming services if you commit to the ask. One of our favorite holiday traditions is breaking out the bin of old VHS tapes, or more realistically, the holiday section of your favorite streaming service, watching some classic seasonal movies. If you feel the same, we got good news. You could get paid $2,500 just for keeping up this festive tradition, according to the website. So you can apply. You got to be 18. You apply before Friday, December 1st, and what do you win? Now, so here's the way that this operates, okay? Someone at this company is like, we need to build our mailing list. Hey, how can we build our mailing list? Well, here's your budget. Your budget's $5,000, and I want you to build our mailing list to like 10,000 people. Can you do that? Oh, sure, boss, I can do that. You come up with this. You say, okay, well, I'll take half the budget, and I'll put it out as a prize to someone to watch movies. And then I'll send press releases to all the lazy journalists. And I'm sure there's a list of all the lazy journalists in the country. And like, for example, this one at USA Today. And I will write a press release, and I'll get them to publish this. And then we'll get people to sign up, right, for this contest. And then we can build our mailing list, and all these people are going to sign up, and we'll just put them on a mailing list so that we can just try to, sell them crap. And they'll do it for free for the hope of getting this special job, right? And in reality, I can probably decide that the winner is like my second cousin or something. And yeah, we'll split the money. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's happening. I'm sure it's all on the up and up. I'm sure that it's all on the up and up. But let's check this out. But that's kind of the scheme. This happens all the time. It's free publicity for these companies to do it, and they do it because they want to, build a mailing list or something like that. So here's what they do. Other than a couple grand, CableTV.com will pay for 7 subscriptions over the next year. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Max, Apple TV Plus, Hallmark Movies Now. I'd like that. That would be cool. Oh, look, see, here's a link to a different one. Can you make your bed every day? This company is offering $1,000 if you can commit to the chore. See, so that's another thing. They probably run an article once a week about a company that's going to pay you to do something silly like this. Is watching movies all I have to do? Not technically. The sponsor of the contest also wants you to keep track of each movie and rank them. Okay. Is the streaming service easy to use? Did you have any problems? Does the service have a good selection of holiday films? That's all like BS, okay? They just want you to sign up. They want to get your demographic information. They want to get your email address, and they're hoping to build a list that will become valuable that they can try to sell you crap on or sell your email to some other company. You also have to let the company know why you think you are the best person for the job. The other requirement is a deep love for holiday movies, a song in your heart, and the willpower to marathon 25 movies in 25 days, according to the website. So they're going to reach out to the winner via email by Tuesday, December 5th. Well, here is what I am committing to do right now. I am going to write the best damn letter on why they should choose me, Tom Coffey, to watch all these holiday movies. I freaking love holiday movies. I'm a sap for this kind of stuff. I put on the Hallmark channel. I watch all that crap. I especially like wholesome, dumb stuff. I kind of prefer wholesome, dumb stuff to a lot of things. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old. But I like that kind of stuff. So I will write out a ridiculous letter on why I'm the absolute best. Maybe I'll even make a video that I will put out on this channel on why they should hire me to watch all their holiday movies. I will post it. I will leave a link in the letter that I send to them, and then we can see if they choose me. Spoiler alert, they're not going to choose me, okay? They're going to choose someone who is like their neighbor or their cousin or something. I don't believe they're going to choose somebody based on the letter. But I'm being overly cynical, and I can't be that cynical with with this holiday movie stuff, right? We need to be a little more positive with it. But I will do that. I will record a video. Maybe, perhaps, I can record that video tomorrow during the show. That's an idea. I can get a Christmas background that I'll put on the screens behind me. I need to find I do have one of the holiday hats. So I got to find that first, though. I don't know where it is. But I will get my hat. I'll put on some holiday stuff behind me, and I will make a video. Maybe tomorrow, but I'll do it this week. This week for sure. I got to find the hat. I got to find a background video. I got to write out my case for this contest, but that is something that I can do. So that's cool. I can do that for sure. Let's see. I already did the top 12 list? I already did. You know what we need to do? We haven't done connections yet. That's right. Let's see if we can roll through connections. This is connections for November 15th. That is today on the East Coast on the New York Times. So let us play it. And again, what we're doing, we got 16 words. We need to find the connection between them. There are 4 groups of 4. So let's see if we can get this. Now I'm looking at this right off the bat and I see ta-da and presto. And I think that's what you would say after a magic trip. Presto, ta-da, voila, and behold, surprise? Not sure. I don't know. Help me out, chat. What's the 4th word here? We got presto. You know, you do the trick. Presto! You do the trick. Voila! You do the trick. Ta-da! And you do the trick. Surprise? No. Win? Fire? Happiness? Atom? Land? Fear? Red? Behold? Behold! Anger? Get? Surprise? Carpenter? Secure? I don't know. I don't know. Win? Behold? Behold! Well, True Meeps is saying behold, so, you know. Behold. So, you know what? I'm going with you, True Meeps. I'm going with behold. Let's see how we do. Bit of vocal fanfare. Thank you, True Meeps. You're the real MVP. All right, so we got to put a few more of these together. I did see earlier someone said something about eggnog. What was that? Get them liquored up with eggnog. Hairway to Steven. Yeah, eggnog is always really good. A lot of people do whiskey with eggnog. That's kind of traditional. Brandy works really well with eggnog. I might be new school because I just go with a spiced rum. A little spiced rum with eggnog. But you can do well there. Yeah. You know the meme, you the real MVP. I love that meme. It cracks me up. So let's see what else we got here. We got happiness, anger. Happiness and anger, probably. Happiness, surprise, fear, anger. There we go. Happiness, anger, surprise, and what do we say? Fear. Okay, here we go. Boom. Basic emotions. So if you are a basic B, you can be anger, fear, happiness, or surprise. That's basic. That's basic. You fear? You're fearful? You're basic. All right. Atom. Carpenter? Land, fire, red. Secure, get, win, land. I don't even know what does that have in common? I mean, I see that you're making that recommendation. I just don't know what those have in common. Ants. Oh, carpenter ants? Man. Fire ants, red ants, and Adam, carpenter, fire. Oh, Adam is an ant? Adam. Oh, Adam ant. Oh, yeah. Adam ant, carpenter ant, fire ant, red ant. Boom. Blank ant. Love it. Adam ant. Do you remember Adam ant? Adamant, I'm going to guess 1981. That's my guess. That's my guess. Goody Two Shoes, right? Adam and Goody Two, Goody Two, Goody Two Shoe, Goody Two, Goody Two. 1982. Goody Two Shoes. That was a great. That was really good. Adamant. So lastly, we got land, get, secure, and win. What is the connection here? Ding, ding, ding. Land, get, secure, win. Now, I know you said this before, but I didn't, because Erie Fairy said this long ago. I still am not sure what the connection is. $1981 Goody One Shoe. Yeah. So what is the connection here? Obtain. Ah. How did I not get that? Obtain. You get something, you land something. So you get a deal, you land a deal, you secure a deal, you win a deal. That makes sense. That makes sense. So do you know Adamant? I'm going to mute this just so we don't get a copyright strike. To be alive. Yeah, bandana codes. What happened in I think this is kind of more in the late 70s disco era. And I don't know if this was this may have been based on some reality, but it also may be based on some hype. Sometimes, the media exaggerates things. But there was some codes that you would wear in like New York City when you were going to the clubs, like the gay clubs, or the sex clubs or whatever, the nightclubs, to let people know what you were into. So you would have a particular colored handkerchief and you would put it in your back right pocket, your back left pocket, etc. And that was a way to signal, hey, I'm a dominant S&M guy or whatever. I don't know. This was a bit before my time, but according to the internet here, handkerchief codes, according to Wikipedia, also known as hanky codes or bandana codes or flagging, is a system of color-coded cloth handkerchiefs or bandanas to non-verbally communicate one's interest in sexual activities and fetishes. So the origin was the mid-late 19th century among cowboys, steam railroad engineers, and miners in the western U.S. Oh, so it's older than I thought. It is thought that the wearing of bandanas by gay men originated in San Francisco after the gold rush, when because of a shortage of women, men dancing with each other in square dances developed a code wherein men wearing the blue bandana took the male part of the square dance, and the men wearing the red bandana took the female part. The modern hanky code is often reported to have started in New York City around 1970, when a journalist for the Village Voice joked that instead of simply wearing a set of keys on one side or the other, it would be more efficient to subtly announce their particular set of sexual focus by wearing different colored handkerchiefs. So according to this, the black bandana was if you were into S&M. If you were into the dark blue, that was butt stuff. Light blue was mouth stuff. Brown, not even gonna say, but it involved brown. Whew. Green, color of money, is into, you were a hustler or into prostitution. So if you want to get paid, you would wear a green bandana. Gray was bondage, and that kind of lines up with the, all the many shades of gray. What's that? The nine 90 Shades of Grey or whatever it's called. But that's Bondage. Orange is Anything Goes. Purple is Piercings. And the other colors are just too disgusting for even me to say. But that was a thing in the 70s, around cruising. It says here, in the 80s, Judas Priest frontman Rob Halford made the handkerchief code part of his stage costume. So he apparently wore a red handkerchief in his left pocket, which was code for something pretty gross. Pretty gross. We'll just leave it there. But Rob Halford, gay rock star, icon, fantastic voice, Judas Priest, unbelievable rock star. What was funny about Judas Priest was they were a heavy metal band, and at the time, Rob Halford was gay, but I guess he wasn't technically out, but everybody knew he was gay. But he was a big, big good-looking guy, and he would dress up like from the fetish club. So he would wear like the leather hat and leather chaps and a leather jacket with like a black t-shirt. And then the whole band just kind of copied it. But before that, there wasn't a particular look of you were into heavy metal, this is what you would wear. But after that, all the fans would just start wearing like a leather motorcycle jacket to heavy metal shows, because that's what the guys in Judas Priest, they wore leather jacket, black motorcycle jacket. Well, Rob Halford started doing it kind of as a nod to like these fetish clubs that he went to. And he was able to get his entire audience to copy him. And even to this day, when you think about heavy metal music, you think about guys in black t-shirts, maybe worth a motorcycle jacket, right? Kind of funny. Kind of funny when you think about that. So, yeah. Hairway to Steven says, I worked with some people in Portland who informed me about bandana codes. I had no idea. Yeah, I think that it was a bit before my time, but I heard about it when I was a kid. I had a small gauge in each ear for a while. That's cool. I don't really get the thing where you make the hole in your ear bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know. I don't really get it, but to each his own. My mother listened to disco in the 80s, Solid Gold with Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick was a great singer. She was really good. Really good singer. I mean, if I remember correctly, I believe my parents went to go see Dionne Warwick. I think. But maybe I'm confused about that. I'm not sure. If everyone understands the code, then it's not all that discreet. Well, the thing is, you wear it when you're in the club, right? I don't think you wear it walking down the street. Yeah, I just learned something I didn't want to know. Yeah, sorry about that. Watch Heavy Metal Parking Lot. It's got Rob Halford in it. It's funny. Heavy Metal Parking Lot is a hilarious documentary that someone filmed, just kind of like people pre-gaming at heavy metal shows in the early 80s, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that was a pretty good time capsule of the time. I went to lots of heavy metal shows at that time. My first heavy metal show that I went to by myself was Motley Crue, Saxon, and Heaven. And Heaven was an Australian band, an Australian heavy metal band. And this is really interesting. So years later, I was at the Edelweiss German restaurant in Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm talking to the bartender, and we're chatting about whatever. And he asked me, oh, so what was your first concert? And I said, oh, well, my first concert was in Amarillo, Texas. I saw Motley Crue. And he said, oh, who opened for them? And I said, well, Saxon. This English band, Saxon. He said, oh, and was there another band there? And I'm like, yeah, you probably haven't heard of them, but there was this Australian band named Heaven. And he reached his hand out. He said, Alan Fryer, nice to meet you. And Alan Fryer was the singer for Heaven that I randomly met in Fort Worth, Texas. And he was the singer of the first show I went to. And we became friends and hung out a lot. And I just really nice guy, great guy. And, I hung out with him for about a year before I moved here to Oregon. Went to his house. It was funny because his house, it was clear that it was built like around the time when he was making money. But he married a girl from Texas and so ended up living there. He's since passed away. He had cancer and he passed away, but he had an unbelievable voice. And just kind of random how I met the guy. Weird, small world with that. But thank you for bringing up Heavy Metal Parking Lot and Rob Halford, because it got me thinking about that. Heaven actually went on world tour with Judas Priest. They were one of the opening bands for them on, I believe, 2 world tours. And they went to Japan and across Europe and all kinds of stuff. So that was a lot of fun. I used to live around the corner from the restaurant Edelweiss, the Brooklyn neighborhood of Portland. Oh, very cool. Yeah, is Edelweiss still around? I think it may have closed. I've been there. But I think it closed. Let me just check real quick. No. It seems it is open. Yeah, it's on Southeast 12th. I guess it's still open. Yeah, it's across from the Aladdin Theater. I've been to so many shows at the Aladdin Theater. Great theater. Yeah, I love German restaurants. I lived in Germany. I lived in Austria. And so I have a little soft spot for that. Can get kind of pricey. It's not cheap going out for for like Wiener Schnitzel. Not cheap food, but very filling and very tasty. Very nice. Well, that's cool. Harewood is Stephen. Yeah, that's a fun little area of town. I still like it there. I like the Aladdin Theater. There's a coffee shop across the street, which is pretty cool. That was open 24 hours for the longest time. I don't know if it's still there. It may have closed, but they were a coffee shop that was open 24 hours, and they'd get some real characters in there on Powell Avenue. Yeah, my first was Dio. Accept. Opened. You put your balls to the wall, man. Exactly. Dio was great. Dio. They say that Dio came up with the devil horns, but I believe it was I believe the story was that it was from he was like his grandma was from Italy, and this was the I don't know, a symbol for like watching out for the evil eye or something like that. And he liked the look of it, so he would do this in concert, and it kind of became the symbol for rock and roll, baby. You're a worldly person, Tom. Used to be. I haven't done. I used to be. I'm reliving my glory days. I do want to do more. Oh, you know what? This is what I want to share with you. Lucid must have gone to that show at the Mason Jar in Phoenix, legendary metal venue. I remember the Mason Jar in Phoenix. Yeah, as if you remember, I grew up in Albuquerque and then went to school in Las Cruces, but I would go out to shows in Phoenix because you did that back then. You know, you didn't have the internet. You know, so it was like someone was coming to town. It's like, oh, let's go to Phoenix to watch this show. It wasn't that big a deal. You know, you get a couple of friends. You know, whatever. It's a 4-hour drive. You just do it. You know, no big deal. I did that and saw. I went out and saw Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and the Chili Peppers. The only time I saw Nirvana, it was in. No, not the only time, because I saw them again at Lollapalooza. But the first time I saw them was with Pearl Jam and Chili Peppers out in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's funny because my memory on it has switched. I thought that Nirvana was the opener, but I think they were. But I've looked it up online now, and it was actually Pearl Jam opened, and then Nirvana, and then Chili Peppers. This was prior to Pearl Jam even having their album out, and this was before Nevermind. And I love Pearl Jam. Man, they were fun. They were so much fun. They were running around and jumping around and climbing on the scaffolding and crowd surfing and going nuts. And then Nirvana got up there, and they just stood there. And, you know, whatever. I was a kid. So, like, we were kind of booing them. Like, I didn't know any better. I didn't recognize the greatness that I saw. I was just kind of uninspired because they were just standing there playing. And I'm like, boring. You know? So dumb. Oh, man. But that happens. Hairway to Steven lived in Phoenix 96 to 2007. Then you moved to Portland. You know, a band that I loved, if you were there in 96, it might have been too late. But there was a rap band called the Funk Junkies that were in Phoenix. And boy, they were a lot of fun. I saw them several times. 96 might have been after they were done or after their popularity. I think they were more early 90s. But they would come to New Mexico, you know, probably every 3 months, every 3 or 4 months. They would come probably 3 or 4 times a year. They would come and play in Albuquerque, and they were great. They were the Funk Junkies, and they spelled their name with a P, P-H, Funk. I was drunk at the Mason throwing pennies at Ted Nugent's guitar. True story. Yeah, looking back, we kind of did a lot of dumb things, didn't we? You know? Oh, man. You do a lot of dumb things, and I'm glad that people didn't have, that not everyone was walking around with a video recorder, you know, because I might have been a meme and not in a good way. So, yeah. But here's one thing I did want to share, just for the couple of people that are watching now. Let me see if I can pull this up. And again, I'm shilling now. I'm allowed to shill. I've been talking for an hour. So, and I've never really pushed this before, but I got this credit card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and I signed up for it. And the deal is, you get the card. Now, here's the thing: you got to have really good credit to get this. Okay, so if you don't have good credit, forget it. You got to have really good credit. But they give you 60,000 bonus points. And you can redeem that for $750 toward travel. But here's the really cool thing, is once you have this account, you can use the Chase thing to buy airline tickets. And I was able to find some airline tickets that were not available when I just went on like Delta or whatever. Like they weren't even there. And then I went on Chase and they had some things that were even cheaper than were on the regular website. And so, you know, last year I went to Mexico City, and I went to Medellin, Colombia, and my entire trip was paid for by these bonus points that I got for signing up for this credit card. So it's kind of cool. Like I say, you got to have pretty good credit to get it. But if you sign up through my referral link, I think they would kick me like 15,000 points, which is pretty decent for me. And because my plan right now is I really want to go down to Argentina at the beginning of the year. And if I can just get a number of you to hook me up with an affiliate, then maybe it can pay for my trip down to Argentina. But the deal is, you sign up for this thing. It costs you $99 for the year, and you can cancel at any time. But if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months, which should be easy to do, right? Then they give you all these points, and you can redeem them for travel. And when you redeem them for travel, you get, a 25% bonus. I'm not sure if it is now, but you could redeem them for Airbnb as well. And so I was able to travel round trip, Mexico City, round trip to Medellin, Colombia, with my points, and I still had some points left over after it paid for all my trips. And like I said, it cost me $99. So that was pretty damn awesome. So in the description of this video, I have a link. I put 3 little triangles, and I have a little thing. If you click the link, the affiliate link, and you sign up and you spend the money and you get the points, then they kick me some points too. So it's something to check out if you're into that. And I know I'm shilling, and nobody likes hearing people shilling, but like I say, if you yeah, you can go through this thing and you can just get a ton of reward points, and you can cash them in for travel the world. It's pretty amazing to do. Like I say, I think you probably need, I don't know, credit score of at least 700 or 750, something like that to get the card. But it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. And, if anybody wants to go to Buenos Aires, let's go. I'm going by myself. But I thought it'd be fun to go down there and check it out, providing depending on the outcome of this election. We have an election. The runoff is coming up. Argentina. Let me see what the date is. When is it? It's the 22nd. So it's next week is going to be the runoff. And if my man makes it as the new Argentinian president, Milei, if he wins, it's going to be really exciting because he wants to dollarize. He wants to get rid of the central bank in Argentina. And I think it's going to be really exciting. So I want to go down and check out the scene once he becomes president. So we'll see. Javier Milei. Of course, the press is calling him crazy, which is kind of what I like. I like that. Oh, look what I got here. Doc, glad I caught some of your show while it lasts. Hey, thanks, Doc. I appreciate you. Thanks for the tip. That's really cool. Yeah, frequent flyer miles. That's right. Easy money, too bad no credit. Yeah, if you got no credit, that's you can't really do it. But perhaps, here's an idea, right? And I'm not even saying this for me. I'm saying this for you. You really can repair your credit. You work on it right now, and maybe in a couple years you get your credit good. Then you got all these opportunities where, these companies will give you all this crap for free. Here's the thing. Like, I know that Chase is mostly owned by the Saudis, I don't like credit card companies, right? But if I can take stuff from them, like they're not making any money off of me. I pay my bill in full every month, right? They're making nothing from me. So, if I can have them pay for my travel, yeah, might as well, right? And so, yeah, if your credit sucks, You really can fix it. You really can fix it. At one point in my life, I had really bad credit, and there plenty of ways to fix it. Do your own research. I'm sure there's tons of YouTube channels that you can go to find out the best way to repair your credit. But you can do it, and 2 years from now or something, you might have good credit again, and then you could take advantage of these dumb banks that are giving stuff away, right? You want to, I want to take their money, right? You want to take their money. So I hope that inspires you a little bit. I hope the Argentine election is fair, and fair. Me too. I'll see how much to go to Buenos Aires. A round trip ticket from Portland next year, like January, February, or whatever, is a little over $1,000 round trip. It's like 16 hours to like 20 something hours. Oh my God, each way. Yikes. I think you want to pay a little extra just so you're not you're not spending an entire day on a plane. That's for sure. But I really want to go down there because I think that I don't know. And at the Bitcoin meeting tonight, I was talking to a guy who just got back from El Salvador, and he said that he was talking to somebody who has a place down in Buenos Aires, and he knew that I was, I'm kind of obsessed with it right now. And he was saying that it's just like a really happening place because their inflation is so high right now. They're making money, but nobody wants to hold on to their money because the inflation's so high. So they're blowing it all. Everybody's blowing their entire paycheck every month because the inflation is so high. And he said, so in that way, it's like a big, awesome party scene. Like everyone's just going out to eat and blowing their money. It really seems like a lot of fun. So, I think it'd be really cool. Tobias is here. Hey, here's 5 to make up for not supporting your credit scheme. I appreciate you there, Tobias. That's really cool. No, I do appreciate that more than you know. And it's not a scheme, whatever. I think I'm super transparent about the thing. But if there's any way that, if I can help anybody else take advantage of these stupid companies, right? Why not? Why not do it? If you can get some free travel out of it, and if it kicks me some things that'll help me pay for my trip, it's a win-win. There really are win-wins in this world. Agenda, cause. Exactly. Exactly. So, no, that's cool. So anyway, I'm putting that out into the universe that I want to go down to Argentina very soon. And it'd be cool to stream from Argentina. I think that would be really fun to do. Most of the time when I go on these trips, like when I was in Colombia, like I wasn't out hitting the nightclubs or anything like that. I was exhausted. I was walking like 30,000 steps every day, just walking around the city, checking stuff out. After dinner, I was done, man. I was done. I wasn't doing anything. I was like, maybe going in the hot tub and, having a drink or something like that. And then I was done. And I kind of expect that to be the same. I'm not going to be out late. So I think that'd be fun, just being able to keep this going and just being able to stream from wherever I am. I think I'd like that a lot. So anyway, I think that's the show for today. I don't have anything else to share with you, but this was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the feedback. Hairway Steven says, I remember them, Tom. I used to build guitar amps and cabinets, knew lots of local Phoenix musicians, fun dudes. Yeah, they really were fun. There was Soul Man, who was, kind of crazy. And the other guy, his moniker was K-Tel Disco. It was just kind of a funny name. And these guys would rap. They had a full band. and they would rap. And one of the rappers had his drum. He had a drum, just like a cocktail set of drums, but just like a snare drum, right by his mic. And so he'd be rapping, and he'd be playing the drums. It was such a fun. It was such a fun vibe because it was all positive. It was all positive back in the early 90s in rap. There was no, there was gangster rap, but there was like an alternative scene that was just fun. It wasn't about, there was no real negativity. There was a real kind of positivity community thing about it. And I really dug that. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that because it takes me back. 1K, that's cheap than sitting next to a goat on a rickety plane. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is pretty cheap. I can just pull it up right now. Let's see. And it's definitely a lot cheaper if you live in LA or Miami or something like that, right? Yeah, let's just check it out. So, nope, that's not it. Oh, hang on. Wrong window. Boom. Let's just see what it is. Buenos Aires. And let's go, see, so I'm looking here. Let's say I went out the 18th or the 15th of January and returned the 21st of February. So let's say I go out there for 5 weeks, right? Because if you're going to go, you want to go for a little while. And so what would that, what did I? Okay. So here it is. There's a Delta flight. This is 22 hours. That ain't going to work. American Airlines, 15 and a half hours, one stop. Yeah, so that's $1,100 round trip. Yeah. Not cheap, but not that bad. So, very cool. Anyway, that's your birthday. How about that, Tobias? See? We're like that. Happy birthday. And the ridiculous thing is I'm going to remember that. I'm not going to tell you why, but I will remember January 15th because I know a number of people with birthdays right around then. So it's going to be surprising because a couple months from now I'm like, wait a minute, is this Tobias Here's birthday? I think his birthday's the 15th. I'm going to remember that. Fly out of Nashville. Let's see. See if we fly out of Nashville. Let's see. Oh, you can go for look at this, a 13-hour flight, one stop, $950. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. And I could go to Nashville. Never been to Nashville. That'd be a lot of fun. For sure. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I got to put together tomorrow's show. Probably not. Probably not now. I'll see. I'll see if there's anything on TV. Maybe I'll do that a little bit later. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody, tonight. That was a lot of fun. MLK's birthday as well. Oh, how about that? Give me the ticket as a gift. I don't know if you get this, but yeah, I'm not a rich guy. But what I would encourage you to do, Tobias, is get your credit score up, right? You sign up for this credit card. Then you get your friends to sign up with your affiliate link. And then you've got a free trip to go to Argentina. And we can go out for steak in Buenos Aires. I've heard best steak in the world. That's what I've heard. So anyway, got to have goals, right? Got to have goals. That'd be cool. Anyway, thanks, y'all. Have a beautiful evening. I will see y'all mañana. I will be noon on the East Coast, or noon on the West Coast, 3 o'clock East Coast, Coffee and Nuance show, talking about the news and whatnot. It's a big idea Wednesday tomorrow. And I will be back mañana, 12 a.m. midnight Americano, midnight on the East Coast, 9 p.m. on the West Coast tomorrow night. See you then. Friendship is the true wealth. That is a good thing to think of on the way out. So we're quoting true meeps here. Friendship, that's the true wealth. And if that's the case, I hope we're all wealthy. Have a beautiful evening. See you next time. Peace.